hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate the support. And if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon or Ko-fi link. They're in the description below. In this one, I wanted to speak to you guys about how INFJs have this innate desire, this compulsion, I would say, to share all of the good knowledge that they have inside of their head with everyone around them. I noticed this particularly in me, and I noticed this actually in a lot of INFJs that I know, actually every INFJ I know, and that's why I'm sharing this with you, because probably you have the same kind of compulsion. It's literally that, like, something driving us to do this, that whenever we learn something new, especially when I learn something new, and I'm reading all the time, I'm learning all the time, I'm basically consuming information all the time in my own specific way. And so obviously when I consume something new, I learn something new. And if it's something that's applicable to a lot of people, which it usually is, then I have this insane desire, this amazing compulsion to be like, all right, who can I share this information with right now? I want to share this information. This is brilliant. This is important. This is useful. It's changing my life. It's blowing my mind. I want to share it with someone. Now, thankfully, I have this YouTube channel now, so I can, whenever I'm like, oh, I love this information. This is brilliant. I'm going to share it with the world. I can just do a video on it, and then I can share it with the world, right? So I'm really grateful for that, actually. But I've noticed, like, when I was younger and I didn't have this medium to communicate with, I literally had this insane desire. Like, my heart was beating so fast, and I'd be like, oh my God, who can I share this with? Usually I just shared it with my family, and a lot of times my family would look at me like, all right, thanks. They still look at me like that, actually. I have an obsession with nutrition, and they'll be eating like tomatoes or something, or I don't know, avocados, and I'll be like, did you know that avocados are good for this and that? Or did you know that tomatoes are, and they'll be like, can you just let us eat in peace? Do we always need to know what things are good for? It just makes me laugh, actually. But so, I would usually share it with my family in the past, or friends and things like that. And so a lot of them, I was sharing information with them, and they were like, okay, I really didn't need to know this, or I really don't want to know this. And that actually really showed me how, or why, even though there's so much good information on this planet about how to be healthy, or how to change your life, or how to improve your life, most people don't care about it, really. It's actually kind of ironic, because most of them will complain about the fact that their life isn't as perfect as it could be. But then when you give them a solution, a part solution to it, or a good solution to it perhaps, they look at it and they're like, yeah, cool, but I don't think that's really gonna work for me. And I'm like, but you didn't even try it. How do you know? They're like, well, I just know it's not good for me. And so interestingly enough, as that went on, as an INFJ, I only want to do things that are useful to other people. And so in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant information. I have to share it with everyone. And so I would tell my friends and family, and they wouldn't care. And then I would do it again. I'm like, oh my God, this information is brilliant. I have to share it with them. And then I would share it with them, and again, they wouldn't care. Eventually, I realized that people don't really care unless they're in a dire situation, unless they get really sick and then they need good nutrition help, or unless they lose a job and they need to upgrade their skills, unless they're in a situation where it's like emergency time and they really need to do something or change their life somehow, they don't actually care. They just want to stay with status quo. They just want to keep on doing the same things they're doing until some kind of emergency hits. People don't want to change. And they're not like INFJs, where we're constantly improving ourselves, constantly changing ourselves. Most people, I'm saying. Obviously, there are others like us. So I realized that that was a waste of my time to share my information with these people. Unfortunately, as I said, INFJs have this compulsion within them that it drives them. They want to share good information with everyone around them. As soon as I learned about sun gazing, I've been learning about sun gazing over the past few weeks, I really have this desire. I'm like, I want to tell everyone. I'm literally going around to all my friends and sending them information on sun gazing, and I'm going to do a video on it soon as well. But it's like this compulsion, I can't help it. I have to share it with everyone. Again, as I said, thankfully I have this medium now, a YouTube channel to share all this information on, so that I don't have to bug my family about it or my friends. But in general, if I do realize that there's some information like the liver flush, I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and I think it's going to change everyone's life. And so I've been sharing it with my family and my friends, particularly, really excitedly. And I really want to get my mother and my sister to do one when I go back home. And so, and my brother and my father is hopefully as well. I hope they're open to it. But I'm really excited about it, and I've been sharing it. And this is exactly what an INFJ is all about. Really, it's actually one of our innate characteristics, I would say. It literally is what makes us. It's one part of it is the fact that we're constantly improving ourselves or constantly consuming information. We love to consume and inculcate information into us so that we can become better and better. That's one side of it. And then once we realize that something is really important and is changing us, we want to share that transformational change with everyone else. If the liver flush was amazing for me and absolutely mind-blowing, the changes it's made up in my body and mind, then I want to share it with everyone. It's like this, why would I keep it to myself? I want to share this great news with everyone on the planet so everyone can benefit from it, so everyone can become better, so everyone can improve themselves, so everyone can go further in their life because of this awesome tool that I've discovered. And so the unfortunate thing, as I said, even though we have this innate desire, the unfortunate thing is that a lot of INFJs are probably surrounded by people who don't actually care. They don't actually want to change their life. Great, okay, cool. Share that information with them perhaps, or don't, because usually what's gonna happen is that they're not gonna care. And what that's gonna do to you, it's gonna bring you down. It's going to break that bubble that you're inside. It's gonna kill your enthusiasm for that particular item or for people in general. And really, as I said, as soon as I realized that people didn't care for me to share that information with them, I had a period of time when I would not share anything with anyone else. I would do all these amazing things, these meditations and these yoga asanas and poses and all of these changes in my life, but I didn't share it with people because I knew they wouldn't care, right? I was doing Wim Hof for like a couple of years, and I would do these breathing exercises, and if someone heard me doing them, I would share it with them. But mostly people don't care, and people wouldn't ask, and so I wouldn't share because they didn't care. People mostly don't care about that stuff. They really don't. Unfortunately, I do have a very high opinion of humanity because humanity is brilliant, but in a lot of cases, common people, or in general people around us, in general don't care. I know the kind of people who do care, and then I'll share my information with them. But I know that mostly, in most cases actually, even if I share that information with them, they're not actually going to use it. They'll hear about it and they'll be excited about it perhaps, or they will be excited about my excitement. But they're just going to take it in, and it's going to go in through one ear and out the other because they're not actually going to use it. And so a lot of times I wonder if there's actually a point to doing all of this, right? Of sharing information with my friends and family. But I do it because I love them. And I think that's why all INFJs do it, because we love the people around us. We love them to death. We want them to live an awesome life as we are living. We want them to get the benefits of these awesome things as much as we are getting. We don't want to keep it to ourselves. It would be selfish to do so. And so we share. We just share it just without abandon with the world. And I think we have to realize that most people will not care and will not use this information and will not change their lives. And we have to realize that we're sharing this information not for them, but for us actually, to make ourselves feel better, to make ourselves feel like, all right, I'm not being selfish by keeping all this information to myself, and I'm sharing it with the world. If people use it, great. If they don't, then it's not my responsibility. It's not my prerogative. I've done my part of the bargain. I've given them the information. That's all I can do. I can't take someone to the water and feed them. They have to walk there themselves. I've shown them where it is. I've shown them that's the water there, or that's the great thing there. They have to be the ones who walk towards it and do the work. You can't make someone else do the work. You can't force them. There is no way. And so that's a lesson that I think all INFJs really have to learn, because it's very easy for us to start thinking, oh, but that person hasn't done it yet. I really need to make them do it, because if they don't, they would miss out. And if they missed out, they would have a terrible life, and I can't let that happen. Again, we're not the saviors of all the people around us. We share the information with them. If they do it, they're adults. They can do it. They can choose not to do it, or they can choose to do it. Either way, it's not our responsibility. We've shown them the information, and that's all we can really do. And I know it can be difficult sometimes for an INFJ to hear that, because they're like, but I know the secret. I know that they can change their lives with this particular thing. It doesn't matter. If they don't care, they're not going to care, and they're not going to use it, and you can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, that is the world that we live in. So maybe you should start a YouTube channel in order to share all this information with the people around you, perhaps. In general, I hope that this made sense to you guys. If you have any questions about this topic, please comment below, and I shall do another video, a follow-up one. And thank you again for all of your support. I really, really appreciate it. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.